Welcome to Buy a Vet, folks. Today, Greg Rush and John Ivankovich are going to go over this beautiful 1965 Corvette Coupe NCRS Top Flight. An absolutely gorgeous car, wouldn't you agree, Greg?
Absolutely. This is a highly optioned Corvette with power steering, power brakes, factory air conditioner, and what all is involved in getting a Top Flight is much more than many people realize. Up underneath the hood, they got different teams that judge under the hood, a team that judges the interior, exterior, and also underneath. Now with that, I can just point out some originality that it has. It's got the original Harrison radiator, factory Frigidaire air conditioner, overflow tank. It's date coded to the time that the vehicle was made. Matching numbers, of course. When they talk about matching numbers, they're really referring to a couple of sets. One is it's stamped over here, another is casting there, and with that it tells you when the motor was made, and there's also, looking at the trim tag, we know what date the car was assembled. Now obviously you cannot have an engine that was made in May and the car made in March. So anyway, that's just some little trivia I wanted to point out. The other one is the fiberglass, original fiberglass. If this car had been damaged, it would not have the original fiberglass panels. Now this is a seam up underneath. You can see I've got my finger on the seam, and that's about the length it is. The seam runs along here. This is put together with multiple pieces, and what you do is also check the drip pan. There's a little rise right in here on both sides. That's the way they're supposed to be. That's the lip underneath. And you look at the fit and finish of a car. That's so much more important than something mechanical that can be fixed at a very reasonable price. To turn around and take all the panels apart, put them back together where they fit properly, cost $20,000 minimum. I always look at the seams around the doors to make sure they're not close at the bottom and opened at the top, or closed at the top and opened up the bottom where the frame is weak and it's bowed down, causing the fit and finish to be off. The top fits very well around the top. You notice the seams here. It's not scraping when you open and close. There are a few minor blemishes on this car. There's a little spider crack here. There's a little bit of chipping on the other side. These are very, very minor. Pardon?
Is that not to be expected from a car that's been driven? And
that's correct. This is to be expected, but I'll point this out. The little chip where maybe somebody bumped it when they got in and out. And also it's got a little star on the windshield. The original glass has got a chip. But overall, this is just absolutely a beautiful Corvette. It's an older paint job that still has the luster. It's got new tires, Firestone, optioned with knockoffs. It's even got a power antenna, much less power steering, power brakes, and power steering. And it's got a Teakwood steering wheel, which is worth quite a bit of money. And with that, I have to say, you must come in and look at this. It's a beautiful example of a car that is an investment quality, but yet something you can feel comfortable driving every day. Ask for John. John's been with the company, I don't know, 8-9 years. You can talk to him about his culinary background. He's a professional chef, and with that, he knows a lot about Corvettes, and he likes to be upfront and honest with his customers. And with that, any other questions you have on any other Corvette that we have in inventory, please see us.
Greg here, if you would speak a little bit about a Top Flight car versus one that's just nicely restored, does that add value? Is that something somebody
Absolutely,
should look for?
Absolutely. I would have to say that anytime you're shopping around, and you are looking at a Top Flight car versus a very nicely restored car, I would have to say the industry considers it about a $10,000 ad, just because it's got the pedigree of the judging. It's confirmation that the restoration was done properly in original components versus a very nice restoration. So with that also, you can verify. Be careful when you're out shopping, somebody says that it's an NCRS Top Flight. Look at the certificate, and for a small fee you can contact NCRS and they will verify that that particular car was judged and when it was judged. Don't assume that the certificate is correct, no more than assume that a $100 bill is a real $100 bill. So with that, we do the verification here, and we can prove everything to you that it was judged and when it was judged. In fact, I believe, John, this was judged twice. Am I right?
That is correct. It is a two-time
Top Flight. So come on down and see us and test drive some of our Corvettes.
Talk to you soon. Again is the 1965 Top Flight automatic coupe. As the car warms up a little bit, I did want to go over the interior with you. It has a striking oyster interior. Our roof panels are in excellent shape, as well as our visors. Real nice and crisp. No major blemishes or issues with it. Our dash and dash pad is in excellent shape. Our clock is in working order. AC blows nice and cold. And radio is in working order. All of our gauges are in working order as well. So real fun, good driver quality car. This is an original teak steering wheel. Once you start looking for your Corvettes and stuff, you'll realize these are hard to find. And replacement, expensive. So nice to have. As we noticed, it has a beautiful center console. It is an automatic with the correct, it goes right into gear without any issue. Real nice on these cars with the automatics, especially the old power steering. Always can be added to a car if you decide. As we pull out, this car has a great rumble to it, and it runs extremely well. As we pull away from the dealership, nice little rumble in the back. Car accelerates very nicely, and it also shifts. Nice and smooth, just like it's supposed to. As we take her down the road, I always listen for creaks and rattles in a car. Excuse me. And this doesn't have it. Nice and smooth, a lot of fun to drive, and very stable on the road. As with all of our cars, this car has gone through its 300-point inspection. And this car is a consignment car, but we treat it as our own, making sure that everything is in good working order so that when you buy our car from Buy-A-Vet, you know you can take it on the road and have fun with it like we do. As we pull around the corner, the steering is nice and tight, very responsive, very easy to do. Brakes are nice and responsive as well, doing very well. And as I pull away, acceleration, really fun. This is a 300 horsepower car, so plenty of get up and go in a 3,100 pound car. And as we roll around the curve, we notice that it handles very nicely, very easy to handle. So as you're taking it on the city roads, you know that you have plenty of room for error. As we make our corner, folks, we'll run it through the gears, but my name is John, as usual, 770-605-2056, or john@buyavet.net. These are a lot more fun to drive than looking at a video. Come see us.